Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm glad you came back to join my adventure of learning how to fly a drone. This video is going to show you my first outdoor flight. It's pretty exciting. It's a big step going from the one short indoor flight all the way to the outside. Got a little bit of nerves going. It's interesting how in your mind things are going to work out pretty well, but it's just odd sending something out away from you like that and kind of not feeling in control until you get used to it. But I got used to it pretty quick. I did a little bit of orbiting, some forward flight stuff, just practicing, just trying to get used to the drone and getting comfortable with it. I hope you enjoy it, and I will talk to you after the video. Thanks. I actually got a call from my wife this morning. She left something at the house, and since I work from home, I got to be the person that come drops the item off for her at work. But I chose the opportunity to take advantage of my lunch hour to come out here and do some droning, um, practicing flying and stuff. I didn't bring another camera with me, so it's just going to be some drone footage. Nothing that shows me doing any of the flying. I'm still new to this stuff, so I just gotta figure it all out, including the whole YouTube stuff and all that goes with it. So you guys are all on the journey with me, but check out some of this drone footage. Here's where I'm going to be shooting. It looks pretty open. There's a few small trees, a couple of little structures there to maybe fly around, but no power lines, so should be good. Okay, everybody, here we go. I know it says that this is the first time ever. I'm not counting inside, only outside counts here. So I'm starting off just doing a little bit of flying forward, kind of just getting used to the controls here. So fly forward a little bit, make sure everything is going okay. Check out the yaw. Going to the left. Keep going to the left here and continue. There I am. Continue going to the left. So we know that the left yaw works, and as far as I'm concerned, I guess that's all that matters. At this point, I'm gonna try going up a little bit, altitude, gain a little bit of altitude, make some height on here. That works well. Gimbal checks out. I can pan down with the gimbal. And you see a little bit of wobbling here. It's kind of windy this day, and it might have been that, might have been the way I was on the controls. One way or the other, you can see that shaking there, and I'm pretty sure that was the wind related to that. So generally just getting used to the drone, getting used to the controls. Let's speed this up a little bit so you don't have to suffer through all of this footage. Making it 400%, 4 times faster than normal speed here. You can see I do a little bit of going up and down, in and out around the trees and looking at things, and here I am again. And I'm going to slow it down here again, back to normal speed. And I want to point out one thing. So take a look at the way I'm holding the controller there. I got my fingers and my thumbs on the control sticks. So it's the pinch method. I learned that tip from Ken Heron. Thanks, Ken. Essentially, it's kind of the same way as you hold a pencil. You have a lot more control using both your finger and your thumb on the sticks than just having your thumb on top of it. And control, fine motor control is critical when you're trying to do some tight shots and tight maneuvers. It was a little bit difficult to get used to that because I play video games, and all the video games I play, I have just my thumbs. So, but if you can do that, it is worth your time to figure that out. So next, I started to try basic orbiting. So that's my truck there. I'm gonna try to go around the truck here, keep it in the frame, and rotate around in your general orbiting shot. And I know it doesn't really look like it, but that's kind of what I was trying to do. First time, just like anything, doesn't always work out the way I expect it to. So this one was not that great, but it was kind of an orbit. Let's try that again. So here we are, a little bit further away, trying to do the orbit here again. Starting to get a feel for it, but it's still not great. Again, it's just my second time. Got some of the trees there kind of in the foreground, a little bit of motion. Like I said, just a little bit further away. I'm still a little bit iffy on the controls there. The wind is not helping. I can tell you a lot of that's from the wind. But it's not smooth yet. One of the things is you gotta figure out how to do the yaw and the motion at the same time so that you're keeping it smooth, that there's not a start and a stop and making it just jumpy. This, like I said, this is partly the wind too, so keep that in mind. It's not all me. I know I'm pretty bad, but it's not all me. So we're done with the orbit there. Now we're gonna kind of check out a little bit of forward flight, just see what it's like filming and flying forward. Get a little bit lower to the ground. And I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. Just getting, oh, actually, you know what? This is where I'm landing. So I missed the landing pad. And that was the end of my first battery. That was my entire first battery, and you can see what the drone looks like when you're taking the battery out, because I forgot to press stop on the video recording. And yeah, that's what the image from a drone's perspective. There I am again, I'm waving. I'm here, I'm trying out some of the quick shots. This is the boomerang, and I'm glad I was able to get that wave in there to begin with. As I mentioned before, that's my compulsion, is waving to the drone when it's looking at me. Now, you can see the difference between when I had my fingers on the sticks and when the drone is taking over for me. This one's the asteroid shot. This one is really cool. I like how it makes that tiny world. Should have stretched that out to fit the... So here I'm going to try to fly under this structure that was out there, this little picnic cover. And at this point you can see I'm a little bit too high, or at least I can, and that's from a tip I learned from Ken Heron again. You should really check out his channel, Ken Heron, if you're interested in drones. But if you drop down, make sure your camera's pointing forward, fully forward, drop down to the point where you can see the other side of the structure you're flying under, like that beam right there. I could see that, so I know that I am going to be able to clear that without hitting anything above that. In the first shot, you could see I couldn't see anything on the other side of that little structure there, so I was too high. So that's a good point, whether you're flying under a bridge or whatever it is. If you just drop down to the point where you can see the other side of that object, you can be assured that you're not going to hit the top of the structure. So we'll fly through here a little bit, check out some of the things from a drone's perspective. There's a barbecue, a little wall here. Just, again, getting used to the controls. Looking at this point, I look at that archway right there between the swings, and I'm thinking I could probably fly through there. But then my senses come to me, and I say, let's wait until we're a little bit more comfortable with our capabilities before we go flying through something that tight. Here I'm going to try a couple of dolly shots, just moving side to side, trying to pan back and forth and see what it looks like. The key here is to just pause, get it set, get the shot set, pause for a second, and then scan from one side to the other. One of the things you'll notice about what I do here, you'll see it coming up, is that I am still having problems adjusting the gimbal while I'm flying the drone. It's important to be able to move the gimbal and the drone at the same time, so I end up pausing the drone, then move the gimbal. It's just a skill that I got to build, just like the other skills. Once you get that skill built up, then you can move and do the gimbal at the same time, and it makes a really cool shot. And I think that's about it for this one. We'll go ahead and pause it here. I'll say thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my first flight. There was a lot of other stuff in there that I left out, just a bunch of forward flight and other things. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. That, my friends, was fun. Man, I went through about 3 batteries, almost all 3. I stopped a little bit early. It's starting to get a little bit windy. Not probably too windy, but enough that is making me a little bit nervous or harder to control the drone. But I did some flying, just flying around, some forward flight and just different things like that. And then did some aerial photography, practiced orbiting some things, a couple of quick shots. Just out here having some fun with me and my little buddy. We had a good time today. It was a nice way to spend our lunch. Alright guys, had a blast. Hope you enjoyed the videos. and we'll talk to you next time.